And so these people, when they want to demonize the Muslimin and our brothers and sisters in Palestine and the believers, then Allah refuses except to perfect His nur. How many, in the light of all of this, are turning to al-Islam? How many that we see and we hear of directly, those who contact us, saying that they want to learn more about Islam. And you see this for yourselves on social media. How many are now turning to the Qur'an? How many can see the obvious and clear hypocrisy and the transgression of the Yahud against al-Islam, the Yahud and their enemy and their allies, those who aid them, support them in this clear transgression that the whole world can see, which has woken many people up to looking into this, what they see as this age-old war, that which they think between the Jews and the Muslims, but yet discovering that the Jews in reality were the safest that they have ever been when they were under the rule of the Muslims. And that when these people now, they begin to see that which their media has portrayed to them for many decades, that there is a hidden truth behind all of that, and all of that which they have been teaching them for many years is based on lies and deception, that their attention then turns to al-Islam. Many forgot, even many of us, how often we mention the ayat of Allah, and within these ayat a mention of Ahlul Kitab, a mention of Ahlul Kitab, the Jews and the Christians. How many, for many years, almost forgetting that the Yahud exists, becoming heedless of their enmity towards the believers. How many now Allah has brought to their attention that which He has described to us in clear detail in the Kitab. And so many have resorted to researching for themselves. Just the other day, yesterday, day before, someone from Leeds by the name of Joseph, no doubt looking into his origin, looking into his name, looking into the fact that he has a name. His parents named him with a name that the Jews, they use because they believe in Yusuf alayhi salam. Which is, when he is seeing that which he sees, and he sees a clear transgression, he questioned. And so he contacted and asking that he wants to know about Islam. Another that we should take lesson from, my brothers. A woman who, in light of all of this, she decided to look into the Qur'an. Upon opening the Qur'an, the Mus'haf, she said that she was in absolute shock with regards to that which is in this Qur'an, to the extent that she spent 6 days, took time, just didn't go into work, stopped absolutely everything, and read this Qur'an from front to back. And unintentionally she was in a state of fasting, wasn't even interested in eating, because she was shocked with regards to that which is in this Qur'an from akhbar, that which is in this Qur'an from guidance and truth. This, who was a non-Muslim just the other day, when she came to know of that which is in the Qur'an, again, from that which is taking place, leading her to look into al-Islam, absolutely taken back from that which is in the Qur'an, because prior to this, that which she had her head filled with was nothing but falsehood regarding al-Islam and the Muslimin. This should beg the question for us, my brothers. Where are we with this Qur'an? If a non-Muslim, upon seeing all of this, turns her attention to the Qur'an, realizing the tremendous guidance that is within this kitab, deciding that I need to stop everything I'm doing and give my days to this Qur'an, to the extent where she didn't leave her house, whether she didn't even eat, reading this Qur'an. We have had this Qur'an, many of us, since we were born. Have you read the Qur'an from front to back yet? Or how often do you do this? This everything that we see taking place, in reality, my brothers, shouldn't be a shock to us, because it's all been laid out for us. Likewise in the Sunnah, in detail. But where are we with this Qur'an? Is it as the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, وقال الرسول يا ربي إن قوم اتخذوا هذا القرآن محجورا. Oh my Lord, my people have taken this Qur'an mahjura, they have abandoned the Qur'an. And this is the reality, my brothers. All of this that's taking place to the Ummah, all of this is only taking place because we have turned away from that guidance. Allah Ta'ala, He lays it out clearly. يا أيها الذين آمنوا عليكم أنفسكم لا يضركم من ضل إذا اهتديتم. O you who have believed, upon you is yourselves. Focus on yourselves. لا يضركم من ضل إذا اهتديتم. Those who have gone astray will never harm you if you remain guided. If we were to hold on to this Qur'an, none can harm us. This is the question. وَمَا أَصَابَكُم مِّن مُّصِيبَةٍ فَبِمَا كَسَبَتْ أَيْدِيكُمْ. There is not a musibah, a trial and tribulation that strikes you and befalls you, except that it is what your own hands have earned. My brothers, if we were holding on to this Qur'an, then no one will be able to harm this ummah. No one, unless Allah Ta'ala, He willed that. But Allah has promised us, and Allah Ta'ala tells us clearly that if we hold on to guidance, then none will be able to harm us. And we have it all before us, my brothers. We have this Qur'an, we have the Sunnah. Both of them have come with clear guidance. If we return back to that, and that is the only solution, my brothers. That is the only solution. How weak are we? How astray are we that we mention and remind ourselves of clear ayat as such, or we mention ahadith in detail with regards to that which will befall the ummah, the reasons for these tribulations and trials befalling the ummah, but also the cure clearly laid out. After having long discussions with your brother, and after him attending khutbah after khutbah or reminder after reminder, he then turns and says, well, brother, what do we do? After hearing and hearing and hearing, and after knowing that the cure and solution is there within the book and the Sunnah, we continue to ask, do we demonstrate? Do we do this? Do we do that? Do we? Summun bukmun, as Allah Ta'ala, He mentions dumb, blind, deaf. The solution is there, it's simple. It's there. We hear it all the time, and this shows to us how heedless we are, that we hear it all the time, but then we still say, what's the cure? As though we don't hear it. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He returns the Muslimin back to the Kitab and the Sunnah. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He grants victory to the Muslimin of Palestine. And we forgot to mention, but just from that story, my brothers, victory isn't always al-ghalaba al-zahira. Victory isn't always overpowering the enemy with an obvious and apparent overpowering. In that story of those who were thrown into the ditch, into the fire, look at that. They were victorious. We don't look at the killing of the Muslims and look at this that we mentioned in Surah al-Borooj, thrown into the fire, thrown into the ditches. When a woman brought and thrown into the fire with her child, and the child is saying to her, Ya Ummah, O mother, be patient, for indeed you are upon the truth. And again, this is something that many of the non-Muslims, it has woken them up, that they look at our Muslim brothers and sisters in Palestine, and they see the iman that they have, and that they still praise Allah subhanahu, and that they still believe in Allah subhanahu. This is, as we said, victory also for them. For they are shuhada. For they are shuhada. Those who are living under these conditions, as Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen, he mentioned, rahimahullah, all of them. Those who live under these conditions and die under these conditions, they are shuhada. And so this is victory for them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept that from all of them. إنه ولي ذلك والقادر عليه وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.